Okay, as you go through these videos, what I want you to try and do is I want you to look at your body position as you kick up around the surface. Are your hips high? So if your hips or kick is a little bit low, then you need to get that up a little bit so it takes a little bit of pressure out of the upper body. Are your shoulders nice and stable at the front of the at the entry? Do you come across the center line, or are you pushing straight down? So these are some little things that you can really look at and quickly identify when you're looking underwater. That shoulder stability is pretty important. Then it gives you the ability to sort of take your fingertips down and then push straight through towards the back of the stroke. Are your elbows lower than your hand and forearm, therefore pushing down before you can get into a decent catch? So Michelle, you can see that you're pushing straight down right across your center line, so therefore generally pushing down on the water rather than trying to push yourself forward. William, looking for that connection between your hips and your shoulders. Okay, so on top of the water is often a good indicator of trying to understand what's going on underneath. So again, just having a look at that, and you can sort of understand why you enter the way you do, because the way your arms move out of the water. Sorry, this video is not so good. This one, it's a bit hazy. Okay, so back into our other lane. So again, just looking at how you're moving those arms at the front end of the stroke. Are you over rotating, which is often a bit more of an issue with some of you guys in this lane. Yeah, the pushing down at the front end of the stroke, keeping that core nice and connected. Fingertips below the wrist, the elbow nice and high, and the shoulder nice and stable. Again, just remember you got to kick down in order to create this stable position in the core. Which direction is your hands going as you first take the stroke? Is it pushing out to the side? Is it that old school sort of S style swimming, or is it going from straight front to back? Again, keeping those shoulders nice and stable is pretty important. Being mindful of which way you're pushing. Are you pushing down, which tends to be more of the case with you guys here, pushing down straight away rather than actually trying to catch and push yourself forward, trying to keep that core stable as you sort of push yourself forward. Visualize you're on a surfboard. Sorry, Kira, that's not a very good one. Got a little bit more in another shot that you can capture a bit more of yours. Okay, so those shoulders really looking to be nice and stable, trying to get that elbow up nice and high as we can. So then on top of the water, as I mentioned in the other video, just as a reflection of what often happens underneath the water, are you pulling your elbow over your back, or is it nice and sort of wide so you can place your hand comfortably shoulder width apart and be nice and stable? The more you pull your shoulder at the over at the back end of the stroke, the more unstable you tend to be. So just look at that, Kerry. So it sort of looks like you've sort of pulled that shoulder over your back, which creates that big shoulder drop at the front. Okay, and Arian, you just need to keep your kick together, and that'll probably stabilize you a little bit more. Yes, it's just probably a connection in your upper body to your body rotation. Sometimes be a little bit upper body dominant. Okay, so we're aiming to keep your hand and forearm leading, your elbow leading the recovery. So again, looking at a lot of you guys, your hands are leading the recovery. So trying to create that nice, relaxed rolling motion. Cool. Trying to roll it as you breathe. So as I say, eyes follow your hands to get into a good breathing position. All right. So yep.